So I was looking at a couple of vids from a YouTube channel called The British Insight, and honestly, I look at this and you know, in this particular example, there's a guy recording himself chasing somebody else with, like some kind of big machete knife, whatever. And honestly, and fuck. In the late 80s, at one stage in between college courses, I was working on a fish farm in Mull, yeah? And you were out on these cages, etc., and you've got all weather gear on and welly boots. And a good knife could save your life. No two doubts about it. In fact, the more it goes to water, the more you need to have a knife on you, I would argue. But and I remember going to Oban one time and going into a shop, and it sold various things, including knives. And some of these knives, even the very small knives, were extremely sharp. Some were made of various materials, whatever, that could almost cut into steel with some serious. And I remember spending some decent money on this quite short knife, but being out in the cages and surrounded by nets and all the rest of it. Honestly, the importance of a decent knife, oh yeah. But when you're being chased about, and like they make names like Zombie Knife and all the rest of it, etc. Look, you have some intent if you're walking about with something like that. Let's be honest, yeah? And could you imagine the individual who's running away from that in fear of their life? And if they got to you, the untold damage they could do. I mean, oh dear God, yeah. So, and I've long felt this, that anybody that's walking about with these things, they're not a benefit, are they? No two doubts about it. I mean, let's face it. Why should we live in fear every day based around this organised or order of chaos when all we need to be doing is go back a few decades where, we had the death penalty? Funnily enough, people treated each other far better when they realised, sorry pal, don't care about your background, shitty home life, poor childhood. Fuck you, pal. You're dead. Yeah? Not everybody's going to agree with me on this, but come on. Why I mean, look. Their options for you is the 15-minute cities and the 20-minute neighbourhoods. Nobody in their right mind would embrace that unless the day-to-day fear of their life would help pay for their own prison cell somewhere in a city or a village or a town. Honestly, it's how they've got here.